All right, what's up? This is Beyond the Road Podcast. We back again. It's Kwame and
Lonzo in the building. Not in the building, but we're online.
we online, man.
Yes,
dude. What an exciting week of fights, man. I guess
dope.
let's touch on the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, man. What did you think of that whole event?
I was excited for it, dude. I was like, okay, you see these videos, Mike Tyson hitting the pads, doing his thing, slapping Jake Paul. It's like, damn, we're about to see some vintage Mike Tyson. And as soon as the fight started, we're like, what's going on? Like, Mike Tyson's legs were gone. He was just buying his glove. And I don't know. I felt like a lot of us were like, this kind of sucks, dude. Like, he's 58. You could really see Father Time doing his thing. It's like, damn, son, like, it's kind of messed up, man. This kind of messed up seeing this situation. But yeah, it just felt like a lot of us were just excited to go see Mike Tyson fight and do his thing. And that wasn't what we saw that night. And I kind of want to know what you were thinking about the fight beforehand and actually when you started watching the fight.
Yeah, I was thinking if he can't knock out Jake Paul in the first 3 rounds, it's over. Like, I was like, there's no way he can keep this pace. We saw the clips of him hitting the pads, very impressive, those short bursts of 20, 30 seconds. But after that, I was like, I remember him having a clip saying that he shot a promo, and then like after the promo, he was in bed for like a week because he threw his back out. So after I heard that, and that was from a previous celebrity fight.
Right, I
don't know if it was Roy
with
Jones.
Joe Rogan, right? He was talking to Joe Rogan about that.
Yeah, that's that famous clip where Rogan, I think, laughed in his face, and then he had to make a bigger table. He got scared of Mike.
It's not funny.
Yeah, ain't nothing funny, dude. Yeah, that shit, man. So, you know, the whole thing, Jake comes out in the low rider. It's always he's always doing something, selling it. He's got the W fucking axe spray. That's what it is. I mean, and he's a businessman, dude. I tried some of his shit from Walmart. It has little beads in it. I don't know if that's safe for your skin and your body, but hey, he's making sales out here, bro. He's a young guy, 27, trains hard. I don't know what kind of juice he's on. He was freaking swole. Mike was swole too. I don't know if any of these guys passed any kind of test for,
USADA.
USADA. I doubt it. But I think, like I said, Mike should have went down in weight. He's too damn big. His legs look skinny as hell, wobbly. They pointed that out, and I was like, yeah, his head movement was good, and then his legs, bro. He didn't get knocked out though, so that's cool. He didn't get knocked out. At the end of the day, he got back into boxing. He's a healthier person now. His mindset is great. I don't know about getting punched in the head like that continuously over time is not good for his age, but he's a healthier guy. Look at him, man. He's 58. Showed his bare ass on TV. No one wants to see that shit.
That was insane. You sent me that video, dude. I'm like, what is that?
Uncalled for, dude. And I went on Instagram and it was everywhere. I was gonna make a meme, but I was like, I can't do my boy Mike like that. Imagine you made a meme about Mike and he confronts you and he's like, hey, you showing my ass on there? What's up with that? Like, I couldn't do it. Like, I just couldn't. Like, leave him alone. Leave the guy alone. He's in the locker room. But yeah, man, I don't know.
Whatever. It just felt like a lose-lose situation for Jake Paul, man. It's like, it's like if he beats his ass, like, you just beat up an old man. And then what he did, he was like pulling punches. He didn't really. I don't think he knocked him down, right? Like, I don't think. I
don't think he went to the ground, no.
Right. So it's
hurt
like,
him.
right. And a lot of people are talking about, Jake Paul hasn't fought a real opponent. He's fighting all these retired athletes, and it really doesn't just help his case. Afterwards, everybody's like, kind of like, what was that? We kind of just like, I don't know what we just watched, but. And it's just, I don't know, it brings the question to like, okay, is Jake Paul just, just trying to make money, or is he actually trying to be a legitimate boxer?
Seems like he's just trying to make money. I don't think he wants to fight anybody that is his age, at his skill level, right? Or even remotely close. Seems like he just wants to fight older, washed up guys, man. That's kind of what it's been. He fought Tyson Fury's brother, right? That was like the best fight he's had. I don't know how much Tyson Fury's brother trains. I don't know if he's like a legit boxer. I don't know much about him, but that was like the best one.
Right.
Other than that, it's been bunch of older guys. I mean, or people that don't even box, like Ben Askren and
Or Nate Robinson, the
Nate
NBA man.
Robinson. Yeah, he freaking knocked him out cold, bro.
Right. That
And
was crazy.
Tyron Woodley,
Woodley and Mike Perry recently.
he whooped Mike Perry's ass. That was sad too. And I
I did
was
not
so
expect that.
confused with that. Yeah, I was like, did he just take a fall? Like, because Mike Perry looks like he can just
He,
go take a beating and then he can play it well. So I think that fight was fake. I don't know
honestly,
about
because
you.
I think so too. I mean, Mike Perry does bare knuckle, dude. I don't think it gets any crazier than that. And you got to have a crazy jaw just to be able to endure some of those punches. And he was getting, it looked like he was getting tossed around with in the ring with Jake Paul. It looked like he couldn't even do anything or stand up or.
Mhm.
But maybe I don't know. You know, Jake Paul has a lot of money, so he probably, you know, there's some speculation out there that he, you know, him and Tyson talked about money after the fight. It was like lip reading and all that stuff. It's like, who
Mm.
knows, man? Honestly, like if I was 58 years old, if I was Mike Tyson in that situation, and he's tossing me a lot of bread, and I don't have to get knocked out in front of the million people, then it's like fuck. Like why not just just
Yeah.
make the fight look entertaining for a little bit, and then that's it. But I was surprised that Mike Tyson wasn't like, I'm done. Like as soon as he
He
started
wants
talking
another
about
one.
he wants more, it's like I don't know. I don't know if that the people want that, but I mean he could do whatever he wants, you know.
Logan did him dirty too. He's all
I was like,
like,
what the
I'll whoop your ass, Mike. You
he's like,
don't want
I'll
this.
kill you, Mike.
Yeah. It's like, come
Ah,
on, show some respect.
yeah.
Just be like, hey man, we'll talk. Whatever you want to do, Mike. Just like, come on, dude. Why do they gotta see? That's the only thing I don't like.
Yeah.
People are just gonna disrespect Mike now. Everybody's gonna call Mike out now. Watch, bro. All these random ass motherfuckers that talk shit to Mike. Hopefully not as much, but because if you're an athlete, you gotta respect Mike Tyson. You can't, even if you can beat
Oh
him,
yeah.
just like Hoist Gracie. Like I'm sure a bunch of people can whoop. Like Gordon Ryan, what's talking about? He can whoop
Saw that.
Hoist Gracie, and
Hmm.
Hoist Gracie's like, hey, these guys respect me, even though they can smash me. They letting me work. It's just the respect for the legends, dude. Like you can't just go and smash on a legend or talk shit to them, and just for all the things they did for the sport and what they didn't. That's the only thing I don't really
Exactly.
like. These guys, Jake and Logan, they seem like disrespectful people. I mean, they play the heel,
They do?
but I guess they're kind of like the bad guys. A lot of people kind of hate him, but then I can't really tell if it like sometimes he's nice, and then other times they, oh, I'll whoop your ass, old man. Like I don't know. He's
Yeah.
kind
I'm
of
in the
on the
same boat.
borderline. I'm like, are they
Right.
good? Are they good? Are they heels or are they good guys? I'm not really sure how to
I
see
know
it.
what you're talking about though, because I do find that very interesting with Gordon Ryan, Hoist Gracie. Like when they train, you know, it's like Gordon Ryan could get a lot of submissions and he has a lot of opportunity, but it's how to respect things. It's kind of like the people who pave the road, you know, and you're able to walk on it. So might as well, you know, treat them with respect. It's like they're older. They can't do the same thing. I'm sure if Jake Paul fought prime Mike Tyson, there's no way that fool's making it
Yeah,
out.
no
There's no
way.
way. So it's just like calling these guys out saying, oh, you suck. I'm like, bro, this guy hasn't fought legitimately in 20 years. Just imagine. It's like a lot
He
of
went
these
out there.
gamers, you know, they haven't played their game. They haven't played in a long time. If they try to hop back in, it's not the
Hmm.
same anymore. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
it's just like I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I mean, besides that, I feel like UFC would really took over the show for the weekend. You know what I mean? It's kind of Friday
Oh yeah,
night. Saw that. There was some problems on Netflix too. I was having
terrible
troubles. Like,
streaming.
I'm curious if there's gonna be more events on Netflix. I think that was the first one, right?
Yeah, I think they need to do something with their servers, man. I mean, I had to keep logging in and out, and then it worked on my phone really good too. So I don't
Mm,
know, but
okay.
they need to figure that out. And I do want to see more live events on Netflix because it brings more eyes to the sport. I like it.
Cool. So, I want to know like kind of your thoughts before you know seeing UFC 310. I know you were able to watch some of the prelims and some of the fights. Would any of them stand out to you?
Yeah, there was one of the prelims I reposted. I forgot the dude's name.
Oh, right.
You got it right there. Like he had a clean knockout, dude. They're calling him let's see, UFC 309.
Yeah, I wasn't able to watch the prelims. I was doing a little bit of other things, but I saw you had some posts about, I think, Oben Elliott is his name.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was seeing some impressive things, man. Just some nice knockouts. I can't remember the dude's name. Yeah, something Elliott. I forgot the
Mhm.
nickname he had, but I was like trying to repost these guys
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
can try to remember their names. But yeah, the prelims are pretty damn good. Who's that dude with the braids or the dreads? McGahee. Did you see that guy?
Mm-mm. I just saw the
Yeah.
one of the fighting nerds had like a no look uppercut. That
Oh
was kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah. That was sick. Um, yeah, I think his name is Oban Elliott. Yeah, you're right.
Hmm.
Yeah. Dude was getting down. I feel like we're gonna see some of these guys in the future. Definitely
Hmm.
him. Um, the other guy was Marcus McGee.
Marcus
Dude
McKee.
is yeah, dude was just like vicious with it, man. Just pulling forward, exciting to
Hmm.
fight, and I feel like we're gonna see him in the future too. So I'm like trying to like remember these guys' names and kind of share their little knockouts or whatever.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, it was a sick event. I mean, Charles Oliveira, Du Bronx versus Chandler, man. What'd you think, man?
Well, I was excited. I was just hyped up. I watched that Bo Nickel fight before. I don't know. A lot of people were hating on that Bo Nickel Paul Craig fight. I don't know if you're able to watch that one before,
Yeah,
but
I watched it.
it felt like a lot of people were not feeling Bo Nickel after the fight, which I was kind of curious because it felt like he
Mm,
was able to do his thing, especially standing up. Paul Craig, he kind of has this unorthodox style of fighting, and he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. So the fight didn't go to the ground, and Bo Nickel's known to be a wrestler, so they just stood up and they fought their fight, and I felt like Bo Nickel strategically played it well, but a lot of
mhm.
people were like it was a snooze fest, and it was like boring to watch. So I'm like, huh, I really didn't. I thought Bo Nickel would be kind of like a likable person for the fans, but maybe not. I don't know why. Maybe.
It's I mean, that's a tough fight. I mean, Paul Craig, that guy was freaking huge, man.
Yeah.
And is this dangerous? He didn't want to go for the takedown. I mean, he still won the fight. Like you said, strategic. I guess he had a plan for this. Maybe he was like, hey, I don't want to take him down for whatever reason. Um, he got the W. It wasn't an exciting fight, but it shows that he could stand up. He can throw shots back. I mean, I was like, okay, this guy's not a one trick pony.
Right.
Um, to be honest with you, he's trying to figure it out, dude. He's still new. He doesn't have a lot of stand up training, right? Maybe a couple years, I heard,
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
striking. So he's trying to figure it out. He's on the big stage, dude. He's at Madison Square Garden. So it's like he's like, I gotta figure out how to win. I gotta figure out my stand up. So maybe he could have just took him down and held him, beat him up.
Like a
Maybe he could
Khabib.
have.
Mm-hmm.
He probably could, but he just didn't do it. He For whatever reason.
I
Maybe
think it's
this guy
just
wants to be a
because
striker. I don't know.
maybe he does want to be a striker. I just think Paul Craig is just really good at jiu-jitsu. I feel like he was more trying to
Yeah.
just play his game and not, go into kind of the jiu-jitsu area.
Mm,
I know Bo Nickel, he went against Gordon Ryan, and I don't know if you've seen that match, but it seemed like it was a fairly entertaining match. Even though Gordon Ryan's the best no-gi grappler out there, Bo Nickel was able to just like slam him and just like really kind of
damn.
still be able to have like a good match between the two. And I don't know. I'm very interested to see where Bo Nickel's gonna go, but just like we'll see because it felt like a lot of people kind of were like in the same boat. It's like who cares? Who cares about Bo Nickel? It was like, man, I think there's a lot of potential there, especially because how young he is too. But that
Yeah,
Chandler
I think
Oliveira
he's
fight,
a lot to grow.
completely different
Oh,
story.
dude.
Completely different.
So yeah, man, what'd you think about that, dude?
So I wanted Oliveira to win. I thought it was going to be a good fight regardless.
Mhm.
See Michael Chandler kind of looking like he's like in the best shape of his life. Like he's like pumped up. He's like has a vision board of what he wants. He wants McGregor. McGregor pulled out. And
Mhm.
seeing Chandler just walk in there, and I was like, okay, I think it's going to be a good fight. But I felt like Charles Oliveira was able to do his thing on stand up. His striking is just so like it's so precise, man. Like he chooses his shots wisely. He's in the pocket. He's calm. And he had these takedowns, man. He would just literally
Oh
just
yeah.
get Chandler around the cage, wrap his leg around, and just take him and take it his back. And Chandler was doing good with the hand fight. You know, if someone has your back, it's not a cool place to be, especially since we were able to train. You know, someone has your
Hmm.
back, they're trying to choke you out. But Chandler was able to use his hands and be able to defend it well for a couple of these rounds. And that was like similar to his last fight with Oliveira, kind of the same situation.
Yeah.
Oliveira takes his back, and then Chandler at the end of the fight, he starts getting some momentum because Chandler's wild, man. Like once he's in the fire, he just starts throwing crazy things. He starts
Yeah.
doing all this crazy stuff, so you can't really predict it. And as soon as the fight started going towards the end of the round, you know, the fifth round, it started
Hmm.
heating up, and then Chandler started doing his thing. And I'm like, I'm watching the fight. I'm like, oh no, Oliveira's getting popped. He gets taken down. Chandler keeps on hitting them, Oliveira in the back of the head. The ref's just
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy.
yeah, dude. So I was excited watching the fight. I just kind of just wanted to say like Oliveira. I feel like he did his thing, and in the fifth round, it was just scary, bro. It was just scary seeing Oliveira get that because Chandler, you know, he has that knockout power. He's knocked
Yeah.
out Tony Ferguson, changed his life. So
Oh yeah.
he could do this stuff, man.
Yeah, man. Um. So yeah, man. I was like, the first round, Oliveira took Chandler down. Right, took him
Hmm.
down, and he was kind of stuck in his half guard. And I felt like Chandler was like, all right, I'll take the L. And then second round, you see Oliveira, like you said, similar to the last fight, he had Chandler just running there. He had Chandler on skates, just like fucking backing up. And I was like, oh shit. I started seeing Chandler do that. I was like, damn, it's not a good look.
Yeah.
Um, and then he took him down again. And Chandler was kind of trying to move forward. He would move forward and he would land a shot here or there. But third round, and Oliver got his back or whatever, is riding his back, and then that's when Chandler had that good hand fighting, which was impressive. I was like, oh shit, okay. I
Hmm.
mean, he's done some preparation, which is crazy that I thought Oliveira was gonna finish him right there, bro.
Yeah.
Fifth round was crazy, man. I just remember looking at them in the corner, and it just reminded me in jiu-jitsu when I lost my wallet, after the first first fucking fight. I lost my wallet. I was dehydrated. The coach is fucking shaking Oliveira's hands. Even Joe Rogan pointed it out. He's like, they're shaking his hands. Like, Joe Rogan just points out everything. You're just like, what the
Right.
fuck? No one even responded to that shit. But yeah, dude, it just came down to who wanted it more, to be honest with you. And
Hmm.
Chandler's looked like he wanted it too. And the fifth round was wild. And what I saw with Oliveira is like, dude, like he has every weapon, dude. The leg kicks really fucked up Chandler, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. Like they
Hmm.
really were damaging him. And then he has those elbows. He's got ground game. He dropped Chandler with some left hooks.
Those knees
And
too, man.
he'll run and knee you in the fucking head. Dude, he's a complete fighter. Like he has everything, and then he just looks better every time
It's
I
crazy.
see him. And yeah, they gotta call Chandler out on the punches to the back of the head, because he can really, like you said, he can hurt somebody, man. He can put somebody in the hospital, put someone in a wheelchair for the rest of their life. And I was kind of looking at that. I was kind of in the moment because I thought he
Hmm.
was gonna circle a little more and hit the temple, and he was just kind of hitting the dude back in the back of the head several times. The ref just froze up too. I think he couldn't even believe it. I think he was like, "Oh shit, Chandler's gonna win." Maybe he had money on Chandler, dude. That's what it looked like.
Dude,
Because
it
like
was wild. I was
it
like, these
was,
are straight up hammer fists, straight to the back. And it's like, I'm not sure why it's so vulnerable to get hit in the back of the head, but it's illegal for a reason. And what if the fight just ended there? Like, what if Oliveira just like completely
mhm.
gave out? And it's like, what happens there? Is there someone that gets disqualified, or does the fight not count? Um, but they should
Mhm.
do some scans to make sure everything's good because there's some
Yeah,
boxers that get hit in the back of the head and they're not the same anymore. And it's like it's a very vulnerable and sensitive part of the skull.
yeah. There's not very much bone. Like there's like some soft spots back here, and then they got the cerebellum right there, and then spinal cords right there. I mean, shit. I feel like it can do some serious damage. Definitely, you get hit in the back of the head, you'll get extremely dizzy. Um, I don't know how Oliveira survived those shots. I mean, maybe they didn't hit in the exact same spot, but those look
Mhm.
they look like some tough, hard shots, man. I don't know. I don't know how he took. I don't know how anyone takes that, man. And so many, and the ref didn't even stop it. Usually they'll say, "Hey,
No,
back of the head." Say he didn't even say anything,
no,
right?
he didn't say anything.
Should have said back of the head, back of the head, back of the head. Hey,
I don't
hey.
know if Dana White addressed that, but I just feel like that's scary, especially if you're a fighter and you got some new rules. Like you saw Oliveira, right? When he had Chandler in that, I think he had his back, but he was straight up elbowing the top of his head.
Oh, I saw
And
that. Yeah,
Chandler was complaining about that, but those strikes are now legal now. So
illegal. Yeah,
we're gonna start seeing some crazy stuff
yeah,
with
that
these
should hurt.
elbows. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
I don't know if you can finish a fight like that, but we're gonna find out.
No,
Shit,
John Jones definitely did once he started, getting Stipe in the mix.
man. But yeah, shout out to Dude Bronx.
Shout out to Bronx for the dub. I wonder what they're gonna set him up with next. Championship run. Who knows?
Who's the champion right now?
Max Holloway
How,
called him out for a BMF belt. So
I don't think Max can do it, bro.
really,
Oliveira's
that's a tough ass, especially after Mr. Top Turo
top
fucking
two. Yeah,
cooked him. So it's just like, damn,
dude,
son.
Oliveira's like almost like fight similar to John Jones a little bit. The elbows and the knees and the
Yeah, just all
technical,
around.
just all around fighter. But yeah, man, it's moving forward, huh? John Jones
Yeah,
and
let's get it.
Stipe, dude. What do you think, man?
Man, I was, I really like started watching the UFC, heavily this past like year and a half, and I haven't seen John Jones fight live. So I'm like, all right, what's it gonna be like? What's gonna be the energy going into it? And I feel like there's more pressure on him than any other fighter, because he's considered the greatest of all time. He
Mhm.
can't lose, right? Literally,
Mm-mm.
he's undefeated pretty much. And it's like, man, this guy has to win. There's no other outcome. Like if Stipe wins, everything, the whole timeline's messed up, bro. Something
Yeah,
went wrong. You know what I mean?
exactly.
So it's like, okay, let's see what John Jones does. And he looked, calm. He looked poised going in there, walking out 50 Cent, doing his thing. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm hyped up, bro. And seeing Stipe go out there, and once the fight started, uh, it felt like John Jones took his time. He was able to find his pace, and then once he got a take that judo takedown, I think it was a judo takedown. It
Mm-hmm.
started looking scary. You started seeing the line come out of John Jones with those elbows, dude. Those imagine elbows,
Right
bro.
away. The
And it's
Imagine.
scary. Yeah, it's scary seeing that. And it's like, damn, this guy is the best for a reason. Even though it's like a different form of him. He's heavier. He's a heavyweight now. So it's hard comparing, his light heavyweight run or version of himself, but it's like he's like a new person, and he's still the best, dude. He's still the best. And that spinning sidekick to end the
Ooh.
fight, it was wild to see. It's like, man, this guy could do anything. Like you said with Oliveira and John Jones, it's like this guy, he could stand up, ground and pound, striking, jiu-jitsu, it doesn't matter. And I know you recently mentioned that you pretty much watch all of John Jones fights growing up. Did you feel anything different from this one from the other ones?
Hmm. I mean, I feel like he was maybe a little bit slower
Mm,
with it. It seems like I feel like he's smarter than ever the way he studies his opponents for sure. He didn't look very nervous at all. He looked really happy to be there. I know a couple times I seen him fight back in the day. Dude was
mhm,
definitely nervous, taking in some deep breaths. Um, I just feel like he just matured overall, man. And I feel like he figured out MMA. He's got this team. He got Gordon Ryan. He got some amazing jujitsu guys and striking coaches. I mean, his nutrition, his recovery. He's become like this complete fighter now. And it's cool to see somebody mature like that. It's like, seeing Kobe come in and then like some little ass kid doesn't know shit, and then you see him one day, he's just like this guy with so much wisdom. I feel like John Jones is always giving out these little quotes, and his mindset is so strong. He's slipped up before so many
mhm.
times, but just like anybody though, I feel like everybody has messed up in life. It's just his stuff is just projected for the whole world to
Right, it's
see.
crazy, huh?
You know, half of these guys looking like felons coming into the UFC. They got freaking Uzi tattoos on their face. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Like, who are you to judge? Like,
It is crazy
so
having your whole life, like anything that you do, if you have an incident or whatever, it gets publicized. People are talking about you, criticizing you, telling you what to do. It's not an easy job, and John Jones has literally went through it all.
yeah, he did, and we just saw it all before our eyes. But I like that he talks about God and stuff. It's pretty
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, it's dope.
Um, but yeah, man, he came in and I was a little nervous for him because Stipe is a beast, bro. Like that dude has knocked people out and given them problems. But I just, we're watching all the embedded videos and Stipe's
Mhm.
eating that spaghetti and talking about, oh, I like cookies. And then I don't know, they're over there having this dinner and shit. And he's playing with his kids. I'm like, nah, man. All that shit's, you got to put
At
that
the
to the
house.
side, dog. Wrestling with his kids. He should be wrestling with fucking some jujitsu black belt, bro. What are you doing? This is like, you can tell he didn't take that shit serious. He was rolling up fucking 2 days before. Oh, I'm gonna go do some red light thing on the bed and do a cold plunge. He did one cold plunge and one red light therapy, bro. And it's like, I'm ready. What the fuck? He literally did that just to like pretend that he was locked in, bro,
Right, for the vlog.
for the vlog. That was some bullshit. But hey, he's old. He's old, and just no, I'm not just saying he's like old, but I mean his mindset is like done, bro. He's burnt out. You could tell, and
I can't even understand what he says,
can't
to be
understand what the
honest.
fuck he's saying. Probably
I
has
don't know if that's
CTE.
like CTE. Yeah, it's probably, I don't know if it's
I don't know.
accent or CTE going on. Cause no, for real, like I don't know what he's saying sometimes. And it's like you gotta be careful. I know a lot of the NFL people struggle with NFL players struggle with CTE, but I'm
Oh
not
hell
sure
yeah.
what the studies are when it comes to MMA. I think it's worse
Mm.
with boxing just because they get knocked down and they get back up right after
Yeah.
and they like have a 10 count. But as soon as you get knocked down in the UFC, you got Herb Dean saying, "Stop, stop, stop." So
Yeah.
it's different. I'm definitely curious on how that plays a role with these fighters because it's like I got clocked in the back of the head uh, in training and I had a headache. I'm like, bro, like how do these fighters do it? They get rocked. Like Oliveira, his chin was looking crazy. It's like, man, these guys. These guys have to endure so much in training and fights, and they do an interview right after, like insane
Oh
questions
man,
too.
that dude had a full interview after. I was like, what the fuck is going on, dude? How?
I don't know how. I don't know.
I'll after I do one fucking 6 minute round, I'm talking. That's fuck, dude. I'm over here. Where's the snack bar? Shit. Yeah, shit. I don't
But
know, bro.
He looked decent. I'm not gonna say he looked terrible. It just
No,
felt
he's
like
in good
halfway
shape.
through the fight, it was just like I don't even know if he wants to be in there.
I think he's just scared. Maybe he's scared, bro.
I would
You get.
I would be
I,
scared to have
I don't
that
blame
fool
him.
standing across from you, and it's like it's tough to be in that for so long, and it's just the way the fight ended. It felt like it's like I think Stipe wanted to keep on fighting or something. I think towards the end of the
He
fight.
did. Hey, but look, Stipe got a big ass head, bro. Big ass head, bro. He's got a Roblox head, full. Like
Yeah,
you can't knock that fool out. Like he could not. Like Jones was hitting him, nothing, bro. I was like, oh fuck, this is gonna. I thought it was gonna be a bloodbath, but he found a
yeah.
way to win. He kept doing that front kick to the stomach. He actually hit him with two spinning back kicks. I watched the fight
Mm.
again. He had
Oh, really?
two on him,
Mm.
and he kept side kicking him. He did every goddamn kick to the abdomen, and I was like, how much can you take, bro? Like, how many kicks to the stomach can you take from this guy? And shit, that spinning back kick fucking murked him, bro. Sent him to another timeline. That fool was like at home eating spaghetti. He was looking for his keys and his wallet on the ground. That fool was fucking done, son. That guy
Yeah, it was
was like,
over. It was over once I saw that.
yeah, that shit was crazy. I even punched in the stomach once by one of my homies. We were kind of just doing like body shots.
Uh,
One of my homies, he was like in the Marines and shit. He was strong as fuck. And
yeah,
he like boom, hit me like right in the fucking like the fucking liver. It was like right in the right side. Dude, he dropped me. I just went down. I didn't even like want to go down. It just dropped me. Like I wasn't
really.
like, I gotta go down. I just went,
Yeah,
it just like shut me down, bro. It was crazy. Like as tough as you are, you just some stuff you just can't stop. And fucking John Jones fucking did that shit, dude. He's like, nah, I'm gonna hit him and I'm gonna beat up his body. nobody really does that, dude. People fuck up the legs, the chin.
Right.
No one ever really goes for the
body
abdomen
shot.
too much. Not that much. Not finishing fighters like that. I can't
Mhm.
remember the last time I seen that. That was amazing right there, bro. I was like,
It was, and it's like you never know with John Jones. It could literally the fight could end in different ways, and it's like it brings me to the question: is like what are we gonna see with Tom Aspinall?
Tom Aspinall and John Jones. How would it go? Shit, man. Another big ass dude, hard hitting. I
Tom's
mean,
fast though, like
he's
fast
his
paced.
yeah. So John Jones, I don't think he would be able to run away. Like, did you see how he's kind of like jogging away from Stipe? Like Stipe would try to work, and then Stipe was just slow, bro. Like
Yeah,
he
you
couldn't
couldn't
cut
get
the
anything going,
angle.
right?
He
Hmm.
couldn't cut the angle on him. So I know Tom's watching that. Like, all right, when I come forward, I hit him with a shot. He's gonna move to the right. So maybe Tom Aspinall will be there on the right with the left or with the kick to like cut him off.
Okay,
Cut that angle or take him down. I don't know, but yeah,
it would have to
that's.
be a different style of fight, right? Like I don't
Mhm.
think he could fight the same way he fought against Stipe. Just Stipe was pretty. His reaction times just weren't there.
I would say John Jones take him down and just beat him up on the ground
It's just
because I don't
Tom's
think.
just he's fast and strong, dude. I don't think any of his fights have passed like the first round.
Oh my god.
He's been
Yeah.
asking people to take him to deep waters, and if someone's gonna take him to deep waters, that is John Jones. That is John Jones. So a lot of people are saying that they should have Pereira and Tom Aspinall fight, and then the winner fights John Jones. But I'm curious on what's gonna happen because John Jones is saying as long as I get paid, I don't care. And I'm really like, man, I don't know what Dana
Hmm.
got cooking up, man. I know there was some like leaked news you were telling me about.
Yeah. Well, shit. What is the? Well, Dana was like, it's gonna happen, and he's gonna get his money. That's the fight. But what if freaking Pieta? Okay, they go out at Alex and Tom, and then what if Alex knocks out freaking Tom? Then it's like you said, it changes the whole timeline. And then John Jones is like, I don't want to fight the loser. So it's like,
Right.
if they can make that fight happen and like how much time does John Jones need? Does he need another year? Does he need till December, November again?
I
So
think he'll
Tom's gonna
milk
wait
it.
all this time? Yeah, he's gonna milk it. He's gonna play mind games with them, and just and Tom's gonna like Tom didn't like being the backup fighter. I saw that. He's like, I don't like being a backup fighter. So
Hmm.
he may play a little mental warfare with him. So it's gonna force Tom to keep fighting, and that's the best move.
Hmm.
Make this motherfucker have like 2 more fights before you get in there, because Tom's never been in any kind of war.
No,
So
no,
when you're in those fights, those battles, that shit takes some fucking years off of you, man, for sure.
definitely
And
does. You saw DC and John Jones, man. They talked about how they definitely did
exactly.
take some years off their life because it's some brutal stuff, man. Like it's all cool for entertainment, but those guys are really trying to hurt one another, and it's like scary to see. It's like holy shit, like it does like bring me to the question is like how much money would it have to take to get in there and kind of risk your reputation of being the best of all time, and is that in if he does fight Tom Aspinall, is that his last fight? I feel like that's like a decent question because if he beats Tom Aspinall, I think that's probably the end of the road for John Jones.
Yeah, gonna want shit. I think his last fight, I don't know how much he got, like 8 million.
It
This
was a
last
lot.
fight, it
Hmm.
was 8-10 million. He's probably
Hmm.
gonna want double, bro. He's probably gonna want like 20
20,
million,
yeah,
which is crazy, right? But
right.
see, that's when they have to do it. They have to partner with like Netflix or like someone
Mhm.
a bigger,
Yeah, now that's what Netflix should hop on, something like that.
UFC, Netflix combine, bring all the sponsors, whatever.
Mhm.
Let him have his Nike deal again. Like they can work it out, and it would
Right.
be let these guys get paid. Dana, I don't know why he wants to do everything himself. I understand. He's like, oh, I want it to be on my terms. I want to be able to fucking pause the UFC to bring out Donald Trump and RFK and walk out to fucking Kid Rock
That was
and
a
just pause
crazy
the whole
squad, dude.
event. I
Yeah.
was like, this shit, the fucking G Unit and shit came out. Fucking shit was crazy, bro.
Crazy. That is
I was
crazy.
like, what is happening right now? RFK, fucking Elon.
Some of this
dude.
doesn't even make sense. Is like, how is this even real right now? How does it this whole lineup, Kid Rock and Elon Musk, and I don't
What a
know. I would be
lineup, bro.
tripping out if I was a fighter. I'm like looking over and I see these dudes. I'm like, what? What's going on? Like, I don't. I would be like, am I dreaming? Like, how are these guys just all together and just watching the same event? But I don't know. I think it is a good idea to bring in
Crazy.
some big names to pay these guys because these guys are risking a lot of. I'm pretty much just putting their life on the line just to be able to fight. And if they're not getting paid, then they're not going to want to do it. So money talks, man.
So what matters though? It's like your legacy. So if he stops now, he's like technically undefeated. Like no one's beaten him. You know,
Right.
he's got he's done some illegal. What I think got like he has one loss for doing some illegal
I think
move
it was the
or
elbow, right? The 12
yeah,
to
the
6 elbow.
elbow.
Mhm.
So what do? You know, but money talks, bro. Everybody's got a price, and he'll put it online for that price. But I think he's saying like, hey, I'm not going to come back for 8 million,
Mhm.
whatever. What I got paid for this fight, and let him cash out. Dude deserves it, man. He deserves to be balling like some of these pro athletes that get signed for the NFL. 100 million, whatever, 8-year contract. I don't know what the hell they get paid
Yeah,
now,
he was
but
paid
some crazy, and they
ridiculous.
don't even do shit, right? What was that guy in the fucking Brooklyn Nets, the point guard? Uh, fucking forgot his name, Deontay. I don't know. Some of these guys don't even ball, bro. When they get paid, or they don't do shit, they're bullshitting. And I hope, man, because every time, that's why we
Mm,
need pay transparency. Like we need to know how much did you get paid, because like
mhm.
Rampage would be like, oh, that's not what I got paid. I got this one. Like, don't be scared to talk numbers. Like, and he's like, steal that guy's pocket. Don't tell. No, you got transparency, dude. Because if we all know, you'll end up getting paid more, and everyone can negotiate more. And but
I think that's
yeah,
true because with these NBA players, they're not risking getting clocked in the head every time. They don't have to weight cut. They're not doing any of that stuff. You know, the NBA players, they could eat whatever they want. They could train whenever they want. Now with the fighters, they have to train just because someone else is on the other end training, working their ass off, grinding, and they're really just trying to beat their ass. And it's like it's a crazy game that they play, bro. And it's like sometimes it's like it's chaotic and it like you don't know what's gonna go on. Like that Chandler fight, bro. I was like, what's going on? Like the fight could end. This guy is trying to hang in there. He's using every fiber of his being to try to stay in the fight and with these NBA players or anybody, I know it's like a lot of sacrifice to train and to go up the ranks and stuff, but it's not putting your life on the line. You can't get just knocked out and not be the same person. So
yeah,
if they pay these guys, the more eyes on the sport, then we're gonna start seeing some dudes like really go after it.
exactly. See, and also
Mm,
they sign these contracts, and a lot of times it's like guaranteed a certain amount of money. Like, oh, you're guaranteed, 30 mil, even if you get hurt.
yeah,
If you get hurt in UFC, you ain't guaranteed shit. Like, you got a fight coming up, they promise you 500K, and it's like you don't even show up. It's like, what do you even get? You got to at least make the walk hurt. That's why these guys always fighting hurt all the time,
right.
playing
Hiding
hurt.
injuries.
But look, man, UFC, don't, let's be honest, dude. Ain't nobody paying for the damn pay-per-views, bro. Like, it's like, let's be honest
Being
here.
honest, no, yeah, for
Let's
real. No
be
one's
honest, dude. No one's paying for that shit. $80? You're kidding me. It's
especially
already
every week. You got like every 2 weeks, you got a main event, and it's like, nah, son, no one's gonna be no one.
no one dropping 4K a year on fucking UFC. So they need to partner with Amazon. Look, dude, it's simple. Amazon, Netflix,
Yeah.
Hulu, or fucking Disney, which Disney owns like ESPN and shit. It
Mm.
would be weird, but go with
Yeah, it would be.
Netflix. Go with Netflix before, go with Netflix. Everyone got Netflix. Netflix
Or
is
a Prime
balling.
account. Yeah.
Our Prime, I like Prime. Prime would be cool.
I
And
think
then they
One
can put,
Championship does that, right?
yeah. So you hook up with Amazon, Bezos and shit, and like boom, you get your UFC shit all on the Amazon store, free shipping,
Ooh.
and everyone wins, bro. Like, come on, man. Just let's quit the bullshit. Cause look,
Yeah,
you
the
got
elephant
more
in the room.
eyes. Yeah, stop it, dude. Like, you charge what do you want? for the seats. But look, man, Netflix, I'm sure they would offer them a shitload of money, but then they're gonna want to change things, bro. They might say, hey, look, we can't have you with the profanity. We can't have you guys with, they might change the little things. They might be like, hey, look, we want to put Netflix trailers, commercials, So Dana likes to control shit, but hey, more eyes on the sport, the better, bro. It's gonna need to go to a major, also that, and then possibly show some fight nights on like Fox, CVS, for like fucking the free channels, bro. Just like you can watch, YouTube. Put them on YouTube, bro. Put the fight nights on YouTube. That's a good point. Get more eyes on it, because all these people, they don't want to pay, and some people are not really tech savvy, find the links and do all that.
True.
And show the highlights on Instagram, which they kind of are now.
Right.
They're putting on reels. They had John Jones out. Just show the fucking highlights. Like, come on, dude. But yeah, that's my opinion on that, bro. I don't know.
I think that's a good idea. Just to, no one's paying for it, bro. Like you said, no one's like going out there paying each time or watching it online. Just have it do just like a avenue where we could go to your site if you have a Prime account or if you have a YouTube Premium, something that's like people already have, and then people could start watching the fights, and it's just less hassle. You don't have to deal with streams going down. Don't have to deal with all this crazy stuff. Just make it legit. And that's what they do. I mean, that's how we all watch, other sporting events. So might as well
put commercials.
Just throw an ad in there.
Throw a pharmaceutical ad. If you've been diagnosed with, fuck it. Those guys got the money, right?
Yeah,
fuck it.
Yeah, they do. So I think that would bring more money into the sport and get these dudes paid. But John Jones, he's got his work cut out for him with Tom Aspinall for sure. Yeah,
can't wait to watch that, man.
Yeah. Also, listen to that Hoist Gracie, Jake Shields pod. Pretty solid.
Just hear the background. That was really good.
The background, how Jiu-Jitsu started. It's like, man, these guys really started grinding out their garage.
Yeah, awesome, man.
That's all it took.
Yeah, I did some training in my early days in a garage. That's how I got hurt.
What kind of mats? What kind of mats did you have in the?
It was one of my coworkers. He had some mats that were. They're kind of thin. I don't know. They weren't soft. That's for sure. Yeah, there were some kind of jiu-jitsu mats. They were just the thinnest ones ever, bro. They're like, and then dude, just fucking John Cena, he just fucking speared the shit out of me.
Oh, it was off of takedowns how you got injured.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I was getting out of side control, and I was like, kind of like, technical guard stand up, and then dude just speared me.
Oh,
and all of his weight.
Or what was going on?
No fucking music. The guy who was training us, the black belt, John Russell, he left, and it was just two white belts going at it. And the guy was big. He was a big guy. He was like same size as me, maybe a little heavier. And I was getting out of side control. We're just doing drills, and then he just
drilling too.
Just drilling, and he dove at me, and I landed on my side, and all his weight went on me, and then it just like popped my shoulder right here, and I had a AC joint separation, grade 2. Fucking, I got a bump there. Yeah, it's just crazy, dude. Training garage is fucking nuts, bro. You just have to have like a black belt overseeing you.
Yeah,
and we did until he left. And I was like, fuck.
How were you right after the injury? Did you go straight to the doctor, or
went home and iced it? It was so painful. Oh, dude, the whole way home. And he's like, oh, you want a beer? I was like, no, man.
What the fuck?
And then he's all like, don't hold this against me. That's what he told me. I was like, dude, I knew what I was doing. I don't blame him. I should have just left, but it was just one of those things. I couldn't get enough jiu-jitsu, and I was we're training like after hours, bro. It was like 8
I know how it is when you first start. You're like, man,
and the guy, John Russell, that fool gets down. Like, his jiu-jitsu is really good, and he's old. Cool, he's like probably like 55. Yeah, JR, that fool gets down. Actually, one of the guys from where we train, he actually bought JR's some of his mats, and he's like, hey, he knows you. And I was like, yeah, that's my homie. He kind of got me into jiu-jitsu a little bit too. Like, I trained with him for 2 months, and then I went to Gracie bar, and I already knew some shit. Like,
you're already in there like first day.
I told him, like, I trained in the garage, I knew some stuff, and Yeah, he was good, and he's always telling me he knew some striking too. He was showing me like some boxing, and because he did MMA and several different martial arts,
Right.
and he's a dangerous guy, man. Like he would fuck me up easy. And then he said he went to the Tascadero, did a trial
Hmm.
class, but he's like he has like neck fusions and shit.
Yeah, the
So and it
injuries,
was
man.
just he's just like but his son was he teaches his son. His son gets down,
Nice.
but yeah,
There we go.
man.
You could make it out of garage training, and it was cool listening to kind of the origin stories, how they came from, they learned from Maeda from Japan, and they're able to teach it to their kids, and it's like a whole family. It's like they have like 21 kids. Like one of them, I think Carlos had 21 kids. It's like that's insane. I think your mic's muted. But
Oh yeah, my
there you
bad.
go. There you go. Now you're good.
Yeah, it's a
What
lot
were
of
you saying?
kids, dude.
Yeah, it's hella kids.
Yeah, but that's what's cool about jujitsu, man. You can pass that knowledge down to your kids, your family
Mhm.
members, your friends, family. You literally like pretty much train somebody. Even back in the day, I heard like there was just blue belts around. Blue belts were running schools and teaching just because
Yeah, like
the
high rank
early
for
days of
wear.
jujitsu. Yeah, they were a high rank. Like so, yeah. Even now, being a blue belt, you can show some things. You
You
can
know,
teach some people some stuff, man.
yeah, just kind of
Little things.
them talking about it. About I've been hearing Hoist and a lot of these people who pretty much paved the path for jujitsu. A lot of them say that they learn a lot from just teaching in general, like just showing someone how to do a technique. And it makes you really think about the move and kind of digest it and make sure you're doing the move properly. So I think teaching is like one of the big vehicles to improve as well. Trying to show someone how to do something and you're like, oh, I didn't know I was doing this. I could do this better. And I thought that was pretty interesting for that podcast. But it did, it was pretty entertaining, hearing all the upbringing and stuff. I did have a question for you, bro. Like, since that Nick Diaz fight was no longer on the 310 card, they replaced it with Bryce Mitchell and Kron Gracie. And
Oh, okay.
we haven't seen Kron Gracie fight in a long time. And I kind of want to get your thoughts on like, seeing a Gracie fight in the UFC and like seeing what your thoughts are. I don't know if you've seen his past fights. But a lot of people are speculating, why he got the title or not a title shot, got a shot with a ranked opponent. But me personally, I'm excited to see Kron fight because it's like not a lot of these jiu-jitsu guys make the transition. They can't really make the transition well from jiu-jitsu to MMA and embrace kind of like the old school mentality of just doing jiu-jitsu. I see Kron, doing some boxing, some judo,
Mhm.
and I kind of want to kind of get your thoughts on Kron coming back. But yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
I'm excited to see him too. I didn't know he was gonna continue to fight, to be honest with you. Remember we were trying to look up like what happened to him, and we're looking at some stuff on Reddit, and people are like, "We haven't heard much from him since what the Joe Rogan interview." Like, I don't know. It's been a while. I mean, I
Yeah,
haven't.
there's not a lot of podcasts out there with Kron. I don't think he has his relationship with the media is a little different.
Okay, that's fine too. I mean, that's okay
Mhm.
as long as
Yeah.
he's training. I'm excited to see what he brings. I mean, maybe he's one of those guys that keeps all his training secretive, or maybe he's been posting stuff. I haven't seen what
Mhm.
who he's training with, like who's his coaches are.
Mhm.
But definitely it's awesome to see some Gracie fighters in the UFC still. So
Right. It's
that
crazy because
that's dope.
the name has a lot of weight to it. And I think he was training with at the time. I don't know if he trains with them still, but it was what Gilbert Melendez, Jake
Oh,
Shields,
cool.
Diaz
Nice.
brothers, Caesar
Nice.
Gracie squad. So
Okay.
a lot of people were just not feeling his last fight. His last two fights actually. He did like a lot of guard pulling. He did it like just try to
Mm,
not really engage on the feet, and it wasn't successful in in the UFC. So I'm curious to see that fight against Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell got knocked out by Josh Emmett. He
mm,
put his lights. I thought he was dead, bro. Once that, I don't know
damn.
if you've seen that fight with Bryce Mitchell getting knocked out, but it looked like that dude was gone. And then I think it's his return
Oh
return
shit.
back. So We'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes. I think it's the battle of the flat earthers. Some are saying so. I think
That's funny.
both of them are flat earthers, but
Oh
people
my
on
God.
Reddit, bro, they don't care about these guys, dude. It's like, damn, like they're talking about both of these fighters. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, just like Hoist was talking about, he's like, Jake Shields, like, what do you think about these guard pullers, these butt scooters? And he's like jiu-jitsu's a point-based system. So, you know, you're gonna find a way to win this game. And if you're like, hey, I don't have to wrestle this guy and take him down, I can just do a butt scoot, butterfly guard him, sweep him, grab his foot, and win without leaving unscathed, and it works, fuck
Yeah,
it. Hey, I'll do it that way. But if I have to wrestle a motherfucker, fuck it, I'll wrestle him then. Because you even see some of these uh bigger dudes butt scoot too, big heavyweights, and you're like, wait, aren't you a wrestler? And
right.
so Hoist did say, hey, that's not gonna work in a street fight. That is not gonna work. That's not
It's
gonna work in
different.
a fight. So he's all like, from the beginning, you can't do everything. That's what he said. He's like, you can't be a championship jiu-jitsu guy and a UFC champion. Yeah, you gotta choose one. Like, hey,
I thought that
I'm gonna
was
be an
interesting.
MMA. That was his take on it. That's what he was
Yeah,
saying. And I was like, damn, he's could be right. I mean, and then Jake was like, oh, that's why we put gloves on and kind of punch each other. Like, hey, look, you're not gonna be able to set up that triangle if I'm punching you in the face. Like, what are
right.
you gonna do? So that's why I think that's cool. Like, I was saying, like, I'm hoping that we can do that one day and just, you know, you don't have to fucking Chandler punch somebody. Just, you know, just little taps like, hey,
Yeah, like,
I
hey,
can
man, you
punch you
can't.
from here,
Right.
you know? Because I think about that, you know? I'm
Or
like,
even
damn,
if
what
someone
if
has your back,
yeah, you can punch someone if, yeah, that's crazy.
you could punch someone,
So
they could open up, and then you could slide in a
then
choke.
you can, yeah,
Right?
you're
So
right.
it's like you don't
Yes.
think about that stuff when you're training. You're just like, oh, I'm just doing this, guard the collar, all that other stuff. But once you start throwing strikes or even points, it's you're playing like it did like open my eyes to like, yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same having a
It's
self
not.
defense situation, having a point system, and then having an MMA fight.
It's true.
And it's like I think I heard Hicks and Gracie talk about jujitsu is like a huge book, and competition is this much. And it's like, damn, son, like this is getting deep on out here, bro. But also, I think that's a lot of pressure for Kron as well. You know, being Hickson's son, kind of pretty much the goat of the baddest dude of all time, and you know, trying to
Yes.
live
Yeah.
up and create your own name. I feel like that adds a lot of pressure to Kron, and it's not easy. So that's why I'm rooting for him. You know, kind of
Me
for a
too.
jiu-jitsu guy and someone who's like trying to make a name for himself. So I'm excited to see that. Once I saw that, I was like, oh, he's fighting again, bro. Let's go.
He's back. So, man, hopefully he can get a W,
Yeah.
you know, represent the name.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, I think we should wrap it up. Get ready
Yes,
for
sir.
jiu-jitsu.
Oh yeah. I'm excited.
Everybody, you know, like, subscribe, comment below. We're gonna keep pushing these out, man.
Yes,
This
sir.
ain't the
Every week.
last of us. Yep.
No. And if you guys have any questions, we'll answer them. Maybe have a segment if we have enough questions, and I think it'll be cool. You know. So
That's my Trump
John
dance.
Jones Trump dance. I was just like, I don't know. And then I saw John Jones like, Jesus Christ.
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
like, who do you want to fight? And it's like, I thought that was pretty funny. So
Dude's
I don't know.
hilarious.
Yeah, dude. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Appreciate all you guys who listen. Chama.
Chama. All right, we up.
Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah, did it.